Shalom. Want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. That's what the world calls God and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to my elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And I want to give a shout out and salutations to all you brothers out there on the highways and byways that are teaching this truth and sincerity week in and week out. Um, my name is Yahudan. I'm from the GMS Colorado camp. And I have a little short lesson. I just want to get through these scriptures here and let the scriptures speak mainly. Just very, very base breakdowns. A lot of these are just self-explanatory, man, because we're in these last days right now. These are those end times that were spoken of in prophecy, and we're witnessing the things around the world playing out before us in such a rapid state that it's clear that the Messiah is about to return. So I'm going to grab this first scripture, and it's Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And that's a parable for America, the daughter of Babylon, because you look at the similarities between these ancient Edomite kingdoms, okay, Edomites being these through base appearance, so-called Edomites, okay? The customs of Babylon, the customs of Egypt, the customs of Rome, the customs are here today. This is America. This is the daughter of Babylon, okay? Um, Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. And basically that's just saying, America's been found out, man. There's men out there in the world, whether you be in Great Millstone or another camp. If you're teaching in truth and sincerity, the elders have found you out. The Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, has put the spirit on men to, get in these words, getting these books, and find out things about these Edomites. Reveal who these heathens are in the Bible. Who the nationality of the real Hebrew Israelites, okay? And that's what that's talking about. You look at the things in America, these things that they proclaim to be right, but they're really wrong. All they do is promote self-destruction, okay? They promote having a woman above you, okay? You look in ancient history, and that's the same things that the Romans were doing, the same things that the Egyptians were doing. The same false idols that these heathens and these other nations were exalting. This is the end. This is America. This is the end and result of all of that. You see the worst things go down in America. Okay, the result of women worshiping, the result of homosexuality, the result of breaking up a family unit. Okay, breaking up a man from his children. Okay, feeding you fake foods, chemtrail in the skies, genetically modified food, so when you eat them, you could grow a third leg or something. This is America, and you've been found out. Okay, you elites and you other nations, man, you've been found out. The Lord has revealed that. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Okay, and that's talking about the Messiah, man. Yahweh, who the world calls God, is going to send his son, Yahweh Shai, back to America to reveal judgment and reward every man for his doings. Okay, he's not going to meet the world like he did in the flesh when he first walked on the earth as the Messiah. He's going to come back with that army, man. He's going to come back with the chariots. He's going to come back with the archangels, man. He's going to come back with that innumerable presence, okay, who the scriptures refer as clouds, which are really identified flying objects, man. They're the chariots of the Lord, okay? That's what's coming to America, okay, destruction. And we're in those times now. So we're at any time, any point, this dollar and this system could collapse, and these devils, are ready to push this chip, man. They're ready to come out here and start offering alternatives to people when this mass pandemonium breaks out. I'm going to go down to 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms, man. And that's what America's been called throughout history. You know, when the Lord brought America up and allowed the Edomites and the elites to bring America up as this great economic powerhouse, to have power over the world, gave them the technology of the nuclear bomb. You know that they used the form of that in Japan on these Ammonites. Okay, gave them the power of guns and power of military technologies and things like that. Okay, now the Lord's saying He's gonna put you in darkness, man. He's gonna bring you down. You're not gonna be called the Lady of Kingdoms anymore. In fact, that's happening right now. These other nations, they're plotting under you, under these Americans, man. They're plotting under these elites, man. They're they're starting to wake up, even them, to the atrocities and the things that America does with its proxy armies and its military designations, trying to go and conquer other lands and force their culture on other people, force that devil culture on the other people. I'm going to get this too. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, man. And that's what you Edomites did to the children of Israel. Okay? And now we're starting to wake up. Doesn't matter how we look. Doesn't matter where you might think we came from. But we know who we are. Through the faith and the spirit, man. And the elders, starting with the elders of Great Millstone, man, have paved that way for the children of Israel, of the 12 patriarchs, to start waking up, man. Leading the way to the overthrow of this country. Because the Most High is going to bring this place down. Okay? And when the Messiah, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, comes back and takes the keys from these nations, man, He's going to hand it over to the elect. Those 144,000 righteous men of the government of the 12 tribes, man. And then the 1/3. And the rest of you 2/3, man, that don't want to get down and you want to believe that this place is for you, man, you going to die too. You going to die here just like you want to be here. You want to find a way, you want to use algorithms and things like this to figure out how you can get along with Esau or how you can get along with these other nations. That's fine. That's okay. The Most High is going to put you to death too, man. This is not the time to be in that spirit, man, in that worldly spirit, thinking that everything's going to be okay with these other nations, man. My next scripture is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and no people shall stand up and fight, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what's happening right now, man. You see the mobilizations of these armies globally. I mean, it only takes a little bit of research, man. You can't rely on these state and these federally sponsored local news outlets, man, because it's in Esau's law in America to where they can basically lie to you and tell you false news and make some stuff up so that you can't you have this brainwashed mentality of what you think is going on around the world. Meanwhile, you do a little bit of research, you find out that Russia's ready to go to war with America. You find out that China's ready to go to war with America. In fact, it's already started. They're just putting their pieces into place on the chessboard. And right now it's a cyber war, man. And that's why you got all this back and forth with Russia saying that America saying that Russia had a hand in dealing with the elections and whatnot. That false flag that the Americans and the elites trying to start this off because they don't want this dollar that is about to collapse to fall on them. They want somebody to blame. They need somebody to blame. So when all this chaos kicks off, okay, and that's what's going to happen, man. The sword is nigh, man. The sword is here. The sword is going to be a combination of death through pestilence, through starvation, through cannibalism, okay, through this martial law that's about to happen, okay? Even a year and a half ago, when Jade Helm was happening, everybody wanted to call that and brush that off their shoulders. Because that's just because the majority of people are asleep, but they did that for a reason. So when this national martial law kicks off, they're gonna be able to combat these patriot Americans, these Trumpomaniacs, man. These bugged out Edomites that have guns and all this ammunition and shit. It's gonna be a war out here in these streets. You know, you gonna have people raiding cities. These cities are gonna be a death trap. Okay, you ain't gonna have no food. All right, you know you gotta figure out whose team you on, man. Are you gonna have trust in the higher power that's never done us wrong, being Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Are you gonna trust this world, man, and start buying guns and start buying food and start buying, you know, these things that, you know, what you think that you could save yourself? Which I'm not saying, you know, if you do that, that you are doing that, but I mean, you got to have that secondary, or that it shouldn't be, that should be first. First, have the faith in the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Secondly, then you can start to do little things like, you know, get you a pair of boots or something, because it's about, you know, be stomping some Edomites' heads in here in a couple weeks. For there shall be some sedition among men, and that word sedition is like, you know, roughly paraphrasing. It's like when a king or a rulership, a set rulership, the people start to rebel against it. And that's what we're seeing. I mean, mind you, these elites, okay, these Rockefellers and whatnot, and these DuPonts and these Rothschilds, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to spark this race war by, you know, all these false flags and dividing the nations and races, because they want America to be split up against each other. They want the American citizens to do all the work for them. They want them to have their guns and kill everybody. Everybody's gonna kill each other. They just do. You're just gonna do what they want you to do. So when they come and they clean up and they bulldozer bodies out the street and there's blood up to the horse's bridle in these streets, man. That's what they're doing, man. So that's what we're seeing right now. That's how you know what time we're in, because we're in the time of sedition, man. The time of rebellion. Okay, the 12 tribes are waking up. You know, these natives and these in the Southern Kingdom, you know, starting to realize that we're all in the same predicament, that we've all been stepped on and enslaved and persecuted by these devils, man. These Edomites, okay, these so-called Caucasians, always putting us at the bottom. That's what's happening, man. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's what you have with these political parties in America. You have the left side and the right side. You have the Democrats and the Republicans. And, you know, each side is split up against each other. I mean, you got these mass riots from these people that are trying to get Trump out of office, you know, believing these news outlets saying that, oh, yeah, Russia helped or had a hand in the election, so, you know, we need Trump out of here. I mean, there's been riots and protests for weeks ever since the first vote, and then the second one through the Electoral College went down, and they still elected Trump. And then through the right side, you got these Trump supporters, you know, acting crazy as hell, like out there in the streets, man. You can get on social media or on the internet or on YouTube, and you see all this hate from these Edomites. They're in that Jim Crow spirit again. They're in that 50s and pre spirit again. You know, out there calling the brothers niggers and shit. You know, out there, you know, calling people spicks and whatnot. You know, in that spirit, thinking that they above, man, because they want that to come back. That was the best time of their kingdom, when they were above us. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And that's what's about to happen. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed. And men shall be afraid, man. And that's what's going to be happening, man. It doesn't matter what nation you are. There's going to be nations, there's going to be brothers in the other 2/3. And not even my brother, but, you know, they're going to be cowering in their house, man, behind their woman. Okay? They're going to be scared as hell. These people are going to be scared as hell when they wake up, when that day kicks off and you got a tank rolling down your street or some shit, or you got the markets closed and you got someone on the news who's like, this is not an emergency. Like, seek shelter immediately. Seek shelter immediately. This is not a test. This is real. You know, you're going to have people bugged out, man. You're going to have people blowing their heads off. You're going to have Edomites killing their whole families and then blowing their own head off. You know, we going to see the real heart of men when this time comes. You're going to see the heart of what somebody is really living for, or what they're ready to die for when that happens. And these cities are going to be death traps, man. This is where the military is going to be, where all these FEMA camps are going to be. Okay? You got to have the military rolling here, whether it's foreign troops or the troops in America that decided to betray their own people. You know, they're going to be out here butting people in the face with them M16s, them AR-15s, you know, loading people into trucks. Especially you 2/3, man. You think Esau loves you. But he's ready to put this chip in your hand, and he's ready to start torturing you, man. He's ready to start exterminating you. You're going to be the first people, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called, are going to be the first people that he lines up in them firing squads and starts destroying you, man. Genocide. Eliminating you. Esau and these elites are trying to stop this prophecy from happening. And they can't do it, so this is their last resort, and it's about to happen that way, because Esau can't do nothing else. These prophecies are happening like that. So Esau's about to come out here, he's about to take his mask off, and he's about to see his real horns, man. You gonna see how red he is, because he is the damn devil. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Okay, with them guns, man. You're gonna have people kicking each other's doors in. Jake gonna be jacking these other nations up, these Edomites, rolling up in these rich neighborhoods, you know, okay, taking food, taking Esau's women, it's gonna be hell out here. These neighbors ain't gonna have pity on you. You can't go outside like now. You can go outside and you see a person from a different nation, and now it's just like, how's it going, like whatever, like it's like that. You just have to, because the social structure is still involved. Somebody can pull out their phone and still call 911, or somebody can, there's still this mechanism in place for the society to continue on the way it has. But soon it's not gonna be that way. You're gonna see the division among nations again. You're gonna start seeing people join up and click up with who they are and where they're from. And when it's like that and there's chaos in these streets, there ain't gonna be no more all we should be mutual. We should all be for each other. We should all be equal. Hell no. It's going to be like, okay, they got all the food. We're going to take all their stuff. Okay, they have all the guns. We need this, we need that. You're going to go with your people and you're going to try and survive. And that's how it's going to be out here. You're not going to have pity on your neighbors, man. And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Behold, said Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. Which are far from the rising sun, from the south, from the east, and from Libanus, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. Them being the children of Israel, man. You kings of these other nations, being these elites, being these separatist governments that haven't really been a part of this New World Order operation, okay? The Lord is going to play y'all all together against each other. That's what's happening right now. I mean, you have Aleppo being freed up from these proxy armies, these mercenary militants that America has paid and these elites have paid to seize and siege Aleppo in Syria, okay? And Russia's Air Force and the Syrian military has pushed them off of Aleppo. That's the thing that's happened before. 20 years ago, even though they still had their own differences, these countries were kind of in mutuality. Like, oh, let's all get together. We can all make money. We can all make money off these Israelites' backs. We can all make money off of these sheeple, these people out here of our own nation that don't know what's going on. We can sell them things, take their life savings, manipulate them out of everything, brainwash them and their children, all that type of stuff. But now it's about to be everybody against everybody. And when them weapons, man, Esau's got some shit, boy. He's got some stuff that is crazy, man. He's gonna unleash these biological weapons out here. These chemical weapons. He's gonna show you who really has the sword, man. Then you're gonna know who really has the power of the sword, man. Next scripture is Luke 6:39. And he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch, man? So that's what's going to happen, man. That's what's happening right now. The blind are leading the blind. You got this clique leading this clique. You got brothers in Israel or people in Israel, excuse me, that follow these other camps and these other doctrines, which is okay, because it was all supposed to be that way anyways from the beginning. You're in your lot. That's fine. You know, you got these other people in America, these separatists, okay, these patriots, you know, like, you know, people that, you know, are trying to prepare for the end. These preppers, man, you know. You know, the FBI has a list of people that they see as the most highest threat to them. The greatest threat to them. And right now, we're the greatest threat. We're number one. Okay? The real Hebrew Israelites. Because we ain't black Hebrew Israelites. We're the real Hebrew Israelites. And history and facts have proven that. But that's what that means. You're going to have the blind leading the blind, and they're going to both die. They're both going to lead you to death. Doesn't matter who it is. You can trust America. You can trust your country. You can trust wherever you're living. You can trust your local politician. That's fine. You're going to die. The only trust you should have is in those that are in the spirit following the men that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has given them the understanding and knowledge of these times and of these prophecies, man. Aside from that, there ain't nothing else you can do. That's the times we're in, man. There ain't more time for games, man. There ain't more time for thinking about shit, you know, trying to figure something out, you know, playing games. Revelations 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that word mark is charagma, okay, in the Greek, which means etching. So it's an abrasion. It's an abrasion in your skin. So it has to go subdermally, beneath the epidermal layer of your skin. And and the Edomites and the elites, man, they're creating this chip, man. It's here. You know, that very chip is already here. They've been putting it in dogs and animals for decades. They're ready to start chipping the masses. You know, they even got these this brainwashed propaganda on TV where, you know, oh, you just swipe your phone, or you know, oh, you don't even got to take your wallet out anymore. Oh, you know, just swipe your phone and you just go put whatever you want in the cart. What do you think that's going to turn into? More or less, when it kicks off in that day, when all hell breaks loose and the petrodollar, them FNRs, the Federal Reserve notes, don't have no more purpose. They're going to become obsolete. What do you think that the elites are going to do then? They're going to start lining people up and putting chips in their hands, talking about, oh, this is your sense of security. This is the only way we can efficiently manage and monitor our money now that, you know, martial law has been in effect. You know, we have people that are against the state or against the government. You know, they're going to label certain people such and such terrorists. And they're going to say, oh, y'all, you know, if you want to get down and stay under the beast, under the system, you know, just take this chip. That way we can effectively monitor and keep track of everybody that's with us and blah, 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 blah. That's what the devil's going to say, because he's a cunning serpent, man. And people are going to be out here with their families, and the people that don't know what's going down, okay, that wait, and then at that moment when shit kicks off, they're going to be worried about feeding their kids, worried about staying alive. I mean, people are carnal. So when they ain't ate in a couple days, they ain't had nothing to drink, they going to be searching these authorities out, man. They going to be searching for that chip. And they're going to be like, oh, all I have to do is get this chip? That's it? Where do I sign? That's how it's going to be out here, man. When this chaos hits, man, you better believe that, you know, these devils are going to have this chip ready to go. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, man. And that's what's going to happen. You ain't going to be able to go in these FEMA markets, man. You ain't going to be able to be in these camps unless you take that chip. You take that submission, that subjection. If you take subjection under the devil, then you're his. But if you're an Israelite, okay, or if you have the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on you, through your father, man, through your blood, then you're going to be under subjection under Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And you're not going to take that chip, no matter what. Ever. Even unto death. Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Okay? Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Okay, the Lord's real elect, that government, that body, the 1/3, they're going to endure until the end. Whether that end is death, whether that end is life through salvation by being beamed up in those chariots, man, whether that's being resurrected as some of the first dead in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, okay? But the point is, you can't cop out, man. You can't snitch, man. Like, to put it in layman's terms, like, you know, like you in the streets or something, and the cops give you a deal, like, hey, you know, we'll take you in as an informant. Just tell us everybody you've been working with, or da 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 da, you know. But just tell us everything, like cop out, you know, sell yourself short, or like these famous actors and these famous athletes, just, you know, sell us your soul via you know Amalek trying to get up in your booty or whatnot, you know how Hollywood is with this Pizzagate shit, you know, give us all that and more, you know, do this devilish shit, give us a blood sacrifice, someone from your family, and you can have all this money, you can have all this so-called power, okay, but it comes at a price. The price of being saved is giving up this world and sticking true and having faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Having faith in those men that he set up on this earth to deliver you until the end. And accepting the fact that this end might be death. Because we're not greater than the master. In fact, I'm going to get that real quick. Luke 6:40, the disciple is not above his master, but everyone that is perfect shall be as his master, okay? First point is the point, man. You're not above the master, man. You're not above your elders, man. Find your place and get in it and be thankful and do the best you can do. A Mashiach had to die for us. I got that on my last video, Mawath, but that's not the point right now. The point is, if Christ, so-called Christ, had to die, then why can't we die? Why can't we give up that ultimate sacrifice, whether that's via guillotine, or that's via getting shot in the head, whether that's via getting lined up in a firing squad, whether that's chemical warfare, starving yourself to death? I mean, come on now. You got to endure until the end and have faith, man. You got to keep on keeping on. Because what else do we got, man? We don't have nothing. Here it is. And I want to get this article real quick to prove the sedition real quick. This is an article on RT. Y'all brothers can check it out. I mean, I don't really got the technology to, you know, screen my articles, unfortunately, but I will read it directly off the page as a source. This is Assad thanks Russia and Putin for helping liberate Aleppo. That's what I was just talking about, man. This is that sedition. This is that the signs of the times, the prophecies, man. It's speeding up. The Syrian president Bashar Assad has expressed his gratitude to Vladimir Putin and the Russian people for their help in liberating Aleppo from terrorists, as the two leaders talked a day after Damascus assumed full control over the city. Okay, and that's what went down, man. These elites have been trying to siege Aleppo and take Syria, man. They need that in their global conquest to try and start this new world order. Okay, but it's not in their hands, man. It's in the Most High's hands. And it says, and this was a quotation, the success has become possible due to joint efforts of all those who closed the ranks in a fight against international terrorism in Syria. And see, Putin and Assad know. They know that the U.S. and these elites and these other nations, man, NATO, are sponsoring this proxy army invasion of the people in Syria. They've been known that ever since Gaddafi, ever since even before all that. Okay, that's how America does. If they can't send their military directly into a country like America did when they false flagged 9/11, that's what they used to get into Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay, then they send some militants in there. The elites pay millions and billions of dollars to sponsor militants to go in there and fight the war for them, because they have money like that. Let me see. Aleppo, one of Syria's biggest cities, was a key battleground in the war between forces loyal to President Assad and rebels seeking to overthrow him since 2012. Heavy fighting between the sides has resulted in widespread death and destruction. And that's that sedition, man. That's that chaos. That's that rumors of wars and wars, man. I mean, I've been watching and following this situation closely. I'm sure a lot of the brothers have too. But look how some of these people are living, man. Look how the destruction of Esau ruins people's lives, man. That's why these heathens, after their punishment, they're going to be happy to get in subjection under the Yahweh Shai Mashiach in the 144. Okay? Because look how they're living now. The devil is destroying the world. And continue. That's probably the last section I'll get real quick. Y'all brothers can check out this article if you get a chance. The rebels continue to fight the Syrian army and indiscriminately shelled residential areas and have no mercy, man. Areas under government control during the operation to liberate Aleppo. More than 78,000 civilians managed to flee the city's eastern districts into government-controlled areas with help from the Russian Center for Reconciliation. Okay? And that's just a very small portion of what's going on around the world, man. You got all these protests in Europe and NATO. You got all these protests in America via the elections. And the next article is going to be a furthermore point of this sedition, man. Okay, this is an article I found. It's very brief. It's not really even too big, but it's an American article. You can catch it. It's racism still all over it. Arrest of black mother disturbs community. The Texas mother who was belittled and arrested by a local cop after calling the police to report an assault on her young son has spoken out about the incident after the footage of the encounter went viral. A protest of the arrest took place Thursday night. And that's what's going to happen, man. The Lord says that Judah will be roused up. Okay? And as brainless as the 2/3 are, they're not going to keep taking this no more. Okay? That's another portion of this sedition. You're going to start seeing these Israelites, which is happening now, and these protesters are going to start turning violent, man. Like they already have. Look at like what happened in Baltimore. A lot of this was already BLM, George Soros sponsored and incited. But that's not the point. It's going to spiral out of control, out of any elite's hands. The Most High is going to be puppeteering the show, which he already is. That's the thing. He's got everybody fooled, man. He's got everybody bamboozled. That's what's happening. These Northern Kingdom brothers, Gad and Yashashkar, we're all gonna start coming together, and we're gonna find a mutual enemy in America, a mutual enemy in these so-called Caucasians, these Edomites, and these other nations, man. And the Most High is gonna put the spirit on those brothers to go and start jacking this place up, okay? In these times, especially when martial law and all that kicks off. Okay, this is gonna be a strong battle axe, man. Jake is not playing no more, man. Let me see. And it's funny too. I mean, it's funny to see Jake marching, as senseless as that is. But soon this marching is going to turn into fighting, man. Soon this marching is going to turn into war. And of course, it's going to take everything possible to wake this old-ass lion up. But the Lord is going to do it, man. He's going to wake the lion up. He's going to rouse Judah up. On Thursday, the Fort Worth Police Department said it had opened an investigation into the incident and that the officer responsible had been placed on restricted duty. The department will not identify the officer nor release his body camera footage while the investigation is taking place. And that's how the devil is, man. He purposely is a racist demon, and they don't get held accountable for that. They don't get held accountable for things that they do. But damn well, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American in America, let you do something. The white man's going to have every rule in his law book to try and persecute you or prosecute you or bring you down. Okay? And that's how you should know that this is hell, man. This is the end times. These riots and these things taking place globally is furthermore evidence of how close we are to the end, man. How close we are to the Messiah coming back. Okay? Let me get a couple more scriptures. I'm going to wrap it up. 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. And after all this chaos and after all this martial law and the slaughter by the sword or via pestilence or famine, The Most High is going to allow the world to be nuclear destroyed. Okay? And if you think about it, how you might ask, how do you know it's a nuclear bomb? Because the Most High has allowed these nations to develop technologies that are far greater than that a man of that stature could control. You know, he basically allowed America and these elites and these Russians and these Chinese, these Moabites and these Ammonites to develop technologies that would destroy themselves. Okay, what's gonna melt elements like iron or like steel or like, you know, diamonds or things that are in the earth? What's gonna melt that? You know, what's gonna vaporize something? It's so hot it's gonna vaporize something. Okay, that's a nuclear missile, man. And that's what's gonna happen after this martial law and this chaos. It's gonna run rampant. These powers are gonna go at it. America's gonna try and fight a war against other nations with Russia and China, and it's gonna try and fight a war on its own soil. And as cocky as these damn devils think they are, they're gonna lose. They're gonna be fighting a war on their own soil, and they're fighting a war on foreign soils, and they're gonna be obliterated. And not only that, they're gonna be fighting the Messiah, man. Because towards the end of it all, the Messiah is gonna return before the nuclear destruction. And he's gonna save his elect before that red button gets pushed. Okay? But for everybody else, including myself, if I'm not of that number, it's a wrap. It's game over. No ifs, ands, or buts, or I coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, it doesn't matter. Fire for you. Fire for all of us. Well deserved. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay? That's what's going to happen, man. The Most High has to clean this filthy place. Has to clean us. We're filthy. We're awful. We're awful. We have spiraled far out of control. Israel starting, and then the nations have no damn sense at all. And this damn Edomite, man, these Edomites have to go. They have to. They're like a virus. They're a cancer. If you let it reside in the body, it will kill you. So you have to cut the cancer out, man. You have to eliminate the toxicity. It only makes sense. He's going to do it by fire, man. He's going to do it. He's going to clean everything up by fire. Ash is the most cleanest substance known to man. Something that's been burned. Okay, it's the most cleanest substance ever. Final two scriptures. And this is going to be happening before that nuclear fire. And that's what I wanted to get to prove this. Revelations 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld it, man. So the elect, that governing body, man, before the Most High allows for America and the world to be destroyed by nuclear missiles, you're going to see these so-called UFOs suck up brothers of the elect, man. And the 1/3, those that have been ordained since the beginning to be saved through salvation. Just before that nuclear fire comes, they shall barely be saved and make it up. Okay? I'm going to read it one more time. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And it's probably going to be in the Lashawan Kadash. Okay, in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. You know? And they ascended up to heaven in the cloud. And the cloud is just it's an allegory, man. It's an allegory. It has multiple meanings. Okay, you think we're literally going to go into a cloud? No. What that means is that's how the ancients referred to chariots. As a cloud, because they were in the sky, they were in the heavens, just like clouds. And you look out in the sky tonight and you see chariots out there, man. Those are the same chariots that are going to be coming down here souping up the elect. And the last one is Zephaniah 1 and 2. I will utterly consume all things off the land, saith the Lord. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of the heaven and the fishes of the sea and the stumbling blocks with the wicked. And I will cut off man from off the land, saith Yahweh. Okay? And that's what was preordained from the beginning. Destruction. Okay? The Most High has been perfect and been an expert as allowing things to persist and build and build and build. Like you look at America and you be like, man, how could America fall? You know, if you're in the world, or how could you got all these guns, all these bombs, all these technology, like who am I? Like as a single man, how am I supposed to stop that? But that's all for a purpose, a point. The Most High is going to allow this, has allowed this demon, this devil, and these nations to build up a fight because the Lord is a man of war. That's in Exodus to show you how powerful he really is. And he's just going to sit there and watch. He doesn't have to do anything. He set it all up from the beginning, and it played out. It was already set in the beginning what Esau was going to do, what I was going to do, what he was going to do, what you were going to do. It was already ordained. Okay? And that's what's going to happen. The Most High was already set to allow this wicked kingdom, being America in the world, do the awful, abominable, terrible things, okay, that they've done in order to be destroyed. Damnable heresies. Damnable heresies. Okay? And the Most High is extremely upset. Hamashiach is extremely upset. And there's going to be that great time of tribulation and suffering and crying and weeping and gnashing of the teeth. And it's here. It's here right now. There's no escaping it. The only ones that will escape it are the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3, those chosen from the beginning to be saved. 12,000 righteous men of each tribe. For the rest of us, it's a wrap. It's game over. I hope this video was edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors again to my elder apostles of Great Millstone and all the elders in other camps above our camp and above us, above myself, all the brothers out there that teach in truth and sincerity worldwide, globally. Keep pushing, brothers. Hopefully we're those men, and hopefully we can get out of here, man, because we don't have much time left. Shalom.